block, which weighs 1,460 tons, which was sitting there on the site. They've been working that site for 100 years. They only found it in 2014.
Wow, 1,000 tons.
1,460 tons.
Is that 2 million pounds? Is that what that is?
I don't know. Maybe
How does that
Randall's
work?
math is better than mine in converting it into
Well,
pounds.
1 ton
times
is
2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
2,000 pounds to a ton, to an imperial ton. So whatever, add 3 zeros on it, double it and add 3 zeros on it.
It's a horrendous amount of pounds, put it that way. It's the single largest block of stone ever cut and quarried in the ancient world.
And they found this just in 2014.
They found it in 2014. Now, there's another big one right beside it, which has been in plain view for about the last 100 years. And it's astonishing to me that this one, which is just below it, was covered by sediment. That
You
they
have an
didn't
actual
discover it.
calculator? You might be the only person left.
I never go anywhere without my
You
calculator,
have a real
Joe.
calculator.
Uh-huh.
Nobody has one of those. We were just talking about that yesterday. You're like, who the fuck
It's
buys
not
calculators?
an iPhone, it's
I
an
do.
actual calculator.
I'm the last guy on Earth to carry one of these.
Wow. So Baalbek was also the site of, there's many monoliths that have been discovered there, and it's a really fascinating site that many people have sort of overlooked when you talk about ancient structures from the past.
Absolutely. I have to resist. I've got nothing against aliens, but I don't need aliens to explain these things. I think a much leaner and more elegant explanation for these huge archaeological anomalies is a lost human civilization.
Much better.
Yeah. That's been the case that I've been making for 25 years. I think the alien thing is a bit of a distraction. Of course there's aliens. Of course the universe is full of life. But the ancient archaeological sites are not good evidence for that idea. They're very, unless you massage the evidence a lot, they're not good evidence. So I think we are dealing with a lost human civilization. And at Baalbek, 20 feet above the ground, we have 3 blocks of stone joined so closely together that you can't get an edge of a sheet of paper between them. Each one weighs more than 900 tons, and they are 20 feet above the ground. It's a stunning achievement. It's just absolutely astonishing. How on earth did they do that?
And how does mainstream archaeology deal with that?
They say, the Romans built it all.
The Romans.
Yeah, the Romans did it.
The Romans did do some awesome stuff.
They did do some awesome stuff. They absolutely did. But this site is separate from the Roman site. It surrounds it, but it's not part of it, in my view.
In terms of your question, what's happened within the last year or two, I would think that probably the most significant thing, or certainly right up there, would be the comet research and the discovery. I mean, like this article I have right here, which came out in 2014, so it's not that old. A nano-diamond-rich layer across 3 continents, consistent with major cosmic impact at 12,800 years ago. And it's something like 24, 25 highly pedigreed scientists.
And these are the Comet Research Group. These are the scientists from the Comet Research Group who have funded all their research themselves. They came out with another paper in 2015.
Where was this published, if anybody wants to read this?
That's in the Journal of Geology.
Yeah.
But then there's the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, host a lot of their work as well. And the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences get into trouble for hosting their work, but they feel it's important, so they keep on hosting it.
This is so spectacularly confusing to me, because that's rock solid science.
Yeah.
I mean, this is evidence. This is actually, you can weigh this stuff. You can measure it. You could run tests on it and find out what its components are. This, to me, is so baffling.
Yeah, it's very baffling. They brought out another paper in 2015. I won't go into some of the details are boring, but it's called a Bayesian chronological analysis. And basically what they were looking at, they asked themselves, is it possible that this evidence, these nanodiamonds, these melt glass, the carbon spherules, could that have been laid down gradually? And the chronological analysis that they've done absolutely answers that. No, it was not laid down gradually. This whole thing unfolded in a period of about 24 hours.
Whoa. What a night.
Yeah, and what had happened, Joe, was that for years, archaeologists had recognized this black mat layer at about